Okay, so for many folks that are on tight budgets or extremely tight budgets, bread is an essential thing to have in your home or apartment. You could slap a sandwich together, you could use it as a filler when you're trying to stretch some meat meals, for example, have some toast, French toast, or whatever it is that you like to use bread with. And we're so used to having bread around, we try to plan our best to have enough around. I am a bean counter, if you will, so I know precisely how much bread that I need in this household per month. I actually figure it out for the month and I buy it in advance. And what I do is I freeze it and use it as I go along. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, Save Money More at Jan channel. How's everybody doing today? Let's talk about bread or lack thereof. You never have to run out of bread. Because to me, the idea of bread or starch comes in many, many forms, of which many is the time we overlook. So let's say we run out of sliced bread. Used to having sliced bread around for sandwiches or other reasons or whatever. Let's think of it this way. If we plan, good planning is really important. So become a bit of a bean counter and know how much your household needs. Do the math. If you make X number of sandwiches per week for how many people or whatever, anticipate it. Buy extra loaves. Get some in the freezer. Bread freezes beautifully. How many times have people ended up making extra trips to the grocery store because the truth is they only mainly needed bread. So it's even to go through all through that trouble and gas and time and effort is not worth it, in my honest opinion. I rather plan ahead. But if for whatever the reason you run out sooner rather than later, take heart. Everything will work out. Plan ahead, though, in the future to buy a box of crackers. A simple box of crackers could be your sliced bread replacement. Honestly, it could. Comes in handy. Do you have a bag of rice? You could serve rice portions with your meal to give you that starch, that bread, that carb feeling that people look forward to. Potatoes are another option. Think of the tons and tons of different things you could do with potatoes. You could bake them, you could slice them, you could fry them, you could boil them, you could mash them, and the list goes on and on. You could make potato croquettes. It's just the list could go on, and you get that bread feel for your meal, okay? Pasta, dried pasta is a wonderful thing to keep in your house. And what I like to do, I like to buy also bags of like frozen pastas like tortellini. And even if you buy the pasta tortellini, the one that's dry, you could actually freeze that, just for the record, to let you know. Just for the record, you could do that. So, or you could buy inexpensive angel hair pasta. Again, you got that carby bread feel for those days when you run out of bread, but you want a little bit of a carb as part of your meal. You don't have to panic or fret. But mainly, how about flour? You can make your own bread. Did we forget that we could do that? We can make quick breads. We can make sweet bread. We can make savory bread. We can learn and overcome our fear of baking our own bread. Here's the thing. Once we learn that we could actually do something on our own, if we run out of it like the commercial bread, we also know we could turn to ourselves, the CEOs of our kitchens, right, if you will, and bake our own bread. You will never run out of bread products if you plan ahead. And even if you run out of commercially sliced bread, there's no reason to fret, panic, or always have to drop everything and run to the grocery store. Learn how to make those quick breads you can make in your frying pan. I forgot the specific name, but just look all over the place on this platform. You're going to get specific instructions that seem simple enough, but you have to have the ingredients. That's why prior good planning before shopping is really, really important. Make this part of your pantry, part of your long-term pantry, things that you could keep. A box of crackers, for example, could last up to 6 months. Other than that, beyond that, gets kind of stalish. But 6 months is a long run if you think about it, right? If you think about it, you run out of like sliced bread or whatever. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, regular bread that you buy from the grocery store freezes beautifully. Don't forget, you may have hot dog rolls in your freezer you forgot about. These are also alternatives to work with, or garlic bread or whatever. Speaking of garlic bread, you can easily make your own garlic bread, but that's another show. It's just so simple. Your favorite bread, basically you're toasting it with actually you can use either butter or margarine and garlic powder and parsley, and you got yourself your garlic bread. So inexpensive. I think we really throw our money around needlessly when we could easily remedy the situation. So if you're craving, that carby feel, look around to the stuff that you already have. Just thought I'd remind you of that, and doesn't hurt to learn how to make. And don't forget to make biscuits. Homemade biscuits come in very, very handy. Again, just have the basic ingredients, and you could do it. And of course, look it up on this wonderful, wonderful platform. Thanks for being here. I really do appreciate your time. Don't forget to click like, share, and of course, subscribe. Thank you.